We are excited about the elaboration room.
I am excited about this.
Welcome to the Elaboration Room with Reverend Yo and Reverend Harris.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Elaboration Room with two sisters of one. As always, we thank you for tuning in each week. We thank you. We have a couple of new followers on Facebook. We want you guys to share it also for YouTube. Go to our YouTube channel and watch the episodes. We're trying to post some more little shorts of what the episodes are to entice you to go. Yeah. We believe we're putting out good topics and good conversation. So Keep it up, everyone, for supporting us. We really appreciate you. We have some guests in our program this episode this evening, and well, this morning, whenever you're watching it. And so right away, I'm going to throw it into Reverend Yo's ball court so she can introduce our guests and let you know why they are with us. Go ahead, Reverend Yo.
So hello, everyone. And as always, thank you for joining us tonight. Today, we pause to honor, remember, celebrate the men and women who served this great country and served in the United States Air Force. Their courage, their sacrifices, their unwavering dedication have protected the freedom that we often so take for granted. So Veterans Day to me is more than just a date on the calendar. It is a reminder that freedom isn't free. So tonight's show is a tribute to our veterans and their families who waited and hoped, and every hero that served and answered the call to honor and serve the United States Air Force. So tonight's show is dedicated to the stories, the strength, and the service. And we welcome to our special guest tonight for this Veterans Day edition. We have Althea Daniel from the United States Navy. And we have Diana Embry from the United States Army. So we have two branches of service that tonight on this episode. And also, if you haven't noticed, which you should have, they are both females. There you go. Because you always have to make that known. So these women served in our armed forces. And tonight they're here to tell us a little about how they felt about that. Honestly, just to be real. So throughout the show, ladies, we're going to ask you a series of questions. They're whatever answers you want to give. We are playful here on this show. We laugh, we giggle. We just do a lot on this show. And if you ever watched any of our episodes, you would know we start out funny and we end even funnier. So we are going to ask the first question. It doesn't matter who answers first. But I'll call first. Diana, you can answer the first question, and then Althea, you can answer the question after her, okay? So we want to know what motivated you to join the military?
My mother.
Okay.
Would you like to elaborate?
Yes, I am. I am the youngest out of 10 kids. I come from a military family. My father served, and all my brothers except for one. So my mother felt that she needed a girl in there. None of my sisters would go, so I never told my mother no, so I went. And I was labeled as Private Benjamin. Because being the youngest in your family, you didn't have to share with nobody. You didn't have to deal with anybody. So going into a barracks with 48 other women, I was not comfortable. So I would lock myself in my wall locker. I would read my Bible, take a shower when everybody went to sleep so that I didn't have to nobody could see me or see what I was doing. I would get up before anybody else got up and make my bed and just sit around because I felt uncomfortable. They labeled me as Private Benjamin, the rich black girl from California.
You did. All right. Dr. Althea, what motivated you to join the military?
My motivation was scholarship. I had completed my first year of medical school at UCLA and decided, this is just going to cost too much money. And so I was looking for scholarships and stumbled upon the scholarship with the United States Air Force and one with the United States Navy, where they would pay for your education and then you would serve in the military afterwards as repayment for them paying for your education. So I applied. The Air Force turned me down, but the Navy accepted me. And so the Navy paid for 3 years of my medical school, the last 3 years of my medical school. And thankfully, because of that, I graduated with thousands of dollars less debt than my peers. When everybody was comparing debt on the last day of school, and I told them how much debt I had, they all looked at me like I was crazy. But I said yes. I told them yes. It may look crazy, but I've got 3 years to pay back to the United States Navy, and that was my motivation.
So we'll start this question with Dr. Althea.
Can I ask Diana?
Sure.
Diana, you said that your family, you were a part of a military family. Did your entire family all choose the Army?
No. I've had my second oldest brother was drafted Vietnam Army. My brother I tend to take care of now with dementia. He was Army. Air Force, Navy. My father served in the Army, then he ended up in the Navy because he worked on the base.
So what enticed you to join the Army?
I have no idea. Honestly, I don't. I took the test. I scored high. I figured maybe I'll just make my dad proud and do that. He told me I was crazy, but I stayed in.
All right, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Dr. Althea, what challenges did you face? No. Yeah. What challenges did you face transitioning from the military back to civilian life, if any?
I would say I was blessed. I didn't face any after I had served my 3 years, some of which were on board a ship and traveling to the Persian Gulf during the first Persian Gulf War. I still needed to finish my specialization because I wanted to be a pediatrician. Mm-hmm. And while I was in the military, I was practicing adult medicine. So I still wanted to finish my specialization in pediatrics. So during the last few months on board that ship, I applied to complete my specialization process and was accepted immediately because one of the programs that I applied to, the program director was also an ex-naval officer. And he's like, "Oh, you're in the Navy right now? Yes, I'll take you." And so I was blessed in the fact that leaving the Navy, I had already a job lined up and could just roll right into my specialization. I do also want to add that I'm the only person in my family who joined the Navy. I had a stepfather who was Air Force, a stepbrother Air Force, and two brothers, also Air Force. So I'm the only Navy recruit.
All right, so that's why you chose Air Force first.
Exactly.
So when you went into the Air Force after completing the last part of your medical
Navy.
school, I mean into the Navy after completing the last of your medical school, as far as what you just shared, you went in as a doctor or an officer because you had completed the college degree?
I did. I went in as an officer, and part of my work in the Navy was being the only physician on board a ship of 1,300 people, males and females.
Wow. Wow.
Proud little sister. A proud little sister. Miss Diana, what challenges did you face transitioning from military back to civilian life?
Um, the loss of my mother.
Mm.
So that was the hardest thing I had to deal with when I transitioned out because I had to learn how to take care of a child, take care of a child, help with my stepfather, um, things that my mother did that I had to learn how to do. So transitioning from the army to civilian life was not all that good.
Mm.
I need to take this.
Okay. Okay. Our third question, starting with Miss Diana. Can you share a memorable moment or experience during your service that taught you a lasting life lesson?
I'm sorry. It taught me a what?
A life lesson.
Make sure that when you are given military orders, that you just don't let people tell you that this is an order and this is what you have to do. You have to make sure that they are exactly orders, not just because somebody said, I'm your sergeant, this is your order, you have to do this.
Okay. Dr. Althea, can you share a memorable moment or experience during your service that taught you a lasting life lesson?
Oh, yes. I learned quickly in the military to be prepared for anything, any and everything. If you're already ready, you don't have to get ready.
Is that not my saying? Is that not my saying? Be ready so you don't have to get ready. Yes.
And
Yes.
so I learned that quickly because my memorable experience was on board the ship about 3 or 4 days after leaving Long Beach. I realized that I had a young service guy, I think he probably was 18 or 19, who was having seizures on board the ship. And I had no place to send him because we're out in the middle of the ocean heading for Hawaii. And so so I had to figure out what to do, what medicines to give him with the limited resources I had, how I could quickly get him to shore. And so that I learned quickly, okay, here are the things here's one thing, but there's going to be other things. So I spent a lot of my downtime in my stateroom figuring out what you're going to do if somebody has this, what you're going to do if somebody has that. So that I had all these things at the tip of my, quickly at my disposal, and I didn't have to think because, as I said, I was it.
Wow. That's
Lord.
I have a Miss Diana.
Yes.
I just want to ask you, you said to make sure when you are given an order that it is actually an order. And I take it that you're saying and not just something that someone wants you to do. Can you explain how would one make
Yes,
sure that it's an actual order?
okay, what I mean by that, not to
Oh,
go on too deep, but they have military men, military officers that tend to excuse the darkness. I'm in a car. Um, you have some officers or sergeants, whatever, they take prey on the young military people that come in. And if you don't know, they'll take advantage of you. So they'll have you do things that are not appropriate, but they'll tell you this is an order. You have to follow this order. And some people don't know that you always have to have written papers.
written papers. All right. All right. Because I could see someone not following what is being told to them as an order and
Correct.
being in trouble but I can understand what you're saying, that they should have it in writing.
Correct.
So our
Thank you.
last question for tonight is, what message or advice would you give a young person today who is interested in joining the military? Dr. Althea, you could start.
I would say that it's a good choice for a lot of people, but I would say it depends on your career choice, or it depends on what God has called you to do. So if your career choice or your calling in life lines up with a military experience or a lifetime career with the military, then so be it. But if your calling does not line up with, what careers the military has, I would say nowadays it's best to just pursue, the life that you want to pursue, because there's so many other ways of getting to your desired job than just being in the military.
So, Miss Diana, what message or advice would you give a young person today who's considering joining the military?
I would most definitely tell them with the way the world is going now, I would say wait till the orange person got out of office. But if they choose, that's just my opinion, but if they choose to go in, make sure that you study, you watch, you listen to everything that is going on. And once you're in, make sure you do like Dr. Althea did. Look for scholarships, find things that's going to help you in the long run. Because the way things are going now, that is a better place for you to be than out here in this world.
Hmm.
All right, sis, it's on you, and I'll close us out after you have your remarks.
Well, thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies, for continuing to serve your country, because even giving uh, what your thoughts were on the different topics that Reverend Yo presented before you, that is going to help someone. We always place our show on hoping and praying that we're giving someone else something else to consider. So I know that the information that you ladies have shared is going to touch someone, in a special way and give them something to think about.
Thank you for having us on.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Thank you for saying yes. You don't know how many people we tried before. I mean, we were just calling people like she was calling people. She knew I was calling. I was like, oh my God, somebody wants to look at us for 15, 20 minutes. But hey, you two said yes. So thank you. So as we close this special episode on Veterans Day in the Elaboration Room with two sisters of one, we want to extend a heartfelt thank you to our guests for joining us and sharing their stories, their courage, and their truth. To all who have served and continue to serve, thank you for your sacrifice, your bravery, and your unwavering commitment to protect and defend this nation. Your service reminds us what true strength and selflessness looks like. So we honor you not just today, but every day. And may God continue to bless our veterans, their families, and the United States of America. So thank you for tuning in. And we always want to thank you for supporting the Elaboration Room with two sisters of one. And as always, we want you to be brave, be strong, and be different. Asking, it will be given unto you. Seeking, you shall find. Knock, and the door shall be opened unto you. Believe in yourself and encourage yourself. But in all things, remember, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Peace and blessings, our brothers and sisters. Until next time, in the Elaboration Room with two sisters of one, be blessed.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.